It's just too good to see you, Mr. Kurt Francis. I have with me something really fantastic today. This is Mr. Kurt Francis. He's a man that wears many creative hats. He used to be a big-time realtor, right, Kurt?
Yeah, that's
Then you
correct.
got into leadership. Then you got into writing books, and now you got your own coaching program. I mean, there's a lot to cover. But let's take this in sections. I want to focus on your real estate career.
Yeah,
If we can do that.
absolutely, sure.
And take us back. Oh, first of all, by the way, how's Mr. Fernando doing?
Doing really good. He's doing really good. He's, of course, works at a hospital, so with COVID patients. So it's really interesting. We take precautions in a good way.
Of course, I've seen him with his mask, and I've seen him around, and I see the challenges, and I think it's very special. And he's an American citizen, baby.
Yes.
He's got it made. He's in the last best place left in the world.
That's it.
Okay, so let's go back in time, please. Let's go back to maybe even in South Africa before coming to America. You live in San Diego now. Can we go there? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I always say to people, be very careful what you say to small kids, because when I was 4 years old, my grandmother lived with us, and she told me stories about her mother who went to go and visit America, visited her sister who lived in Buffalo, Niagara Falls, in 1936. And look, they left Germany, moved to South Africa, and half of them didn't want to live there, so they moved to Niagara Falls. But my grandmother and her mother was, you stayed there. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother would tell me stories about her mother going by boat. I've got pictures of that. I've got a journal from 1936, 1937, traveling America. In those years, went by boat. Can you imagine?
Wow.
My grandmother would tell me stories about going to America. And 4 years old, I decided I was moving to America at 4 years old.
Jeez.
What does a 4-year-old know?
Back in time.
That's so dangerous to say anything to kids, right?
Right.
You've got to be so careful because we plant seeds. So where you are today is because of belief from the past. And that's why belief is so important. So I my whole life I felt I was coming to America. When I first visited here, 24 years old, we traveled around the United States, bought a 30-day or 60-day air pass with Delta Airlines. You could fly anywhere in the United States for $300 and just unlimited.
You don't get that anymore. That doesn't happen anymore, Kurt.
For $300, flew unlimited. I just went to the airport. Sometimes I never knew where I was going to stay that night or go in that night. I said, where are your next flights out to? And they said, well, there. Okay, I'm Chicago. Okay, I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. Sorry about this.
So you're like a jet set at 24 years old. You had the vision. You spoke into existence. You believed you're coming to America.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, the first time I flew by myself on an airline was when I was 6 years old. I was bothering my parents. I want to fly by myself. No family, no father, no mother. But why? I said, well, Dad flies by himself, so why can't I? So I flew from a city called Port Elizabeth to a city called Durban when I was 6 years old by myself. So I've always had this travel bug in me and travel and go places,
You're kind of like a jet set. And actually, I know it. I believe, I honestly, Kurt, I think that's why me and you almost have these kind of kindred souls. We're like brothers, but we're not really in a sense, because when I'm with you, man, it's like I feel like I've known you for my entire life. Like I can't read you like a book that you've written, but I just kind of know you, Kurt. Not because we're from South Africa, but because I believe I'm the same. Kurt, when I was 2 years old, I was flying. My dad worked for the airlines. Again, lived in the Cape Verde Islands, Mauritius. My dad went to Singapore, Australia. I mean, all over the world, and I loved it. I mean, I remember my passport had so many stamps in it, Kurt. Yeah. I remember actually getting new ones because there was not enough space. Okay, for sure. So Kurt, let's go here. Kurt, so you're 24 years old. What made you come to America permanently, and what age was that? Or kind of give or take that story.
Well, I always knew it was home for me, And when I left back after my first trip, I came back 3 or 4 times before moving here, but I already knew this was my home. And when I left to go back to South Africa, I felt like I was leaving home. I'll never forget it. I had tears in my eyes. I knew America was my home. And I had no family yet, nobody. But I knew that America was my home. And I always, I always could understand it. I was attracted to it. So that's why I came. So I moved here in 1999. I just wanted to be a few days before the Y2K arrived. And
the safe haven.
So, yeah. So, no, I'm just joking when I say that. So I came and it was interesting because to get visas, the process is you don't get visas easily. And any South African who's come here they had to pay some kind of price to be here, and that's what I say, in every American, somewhere is in your blood, in the DNA, to be adventurous, because no one got you. If you came here by Pan Am, or you came here by, KLM or Delta or whatever, if you came here, now some people get nervous about it. If you came in the back of the trunk of a car, somewhere inside you, there's that adventurous spirit. So every American's got it. Somewhere in your bloodline, it's there.
Right.
It's the whole immigration thing, the spirit of an immigrant.
Exactly, absolutely. There's kind of pioneering endeavor in them.
Yeah.
What was it? Do you know what that one thing was that you saw about America, or that you longed for, that made you want to come back? Or besides your grandmother's influence, was there something else there? Was there something that you saw that we don't see, or we take for granted about America?
Well, I think America is different when you live somewhere else to come where you live here, right? But I've always been attracted to opportunity. I love creating opportunity. And I don't like it when people don't have opportunity. You and I come from a country where there wasn't a lot of opportunity. I mean, there's opportunity everywhere, but no massive opportunity. There's nothing. Like America gives you massive opportunity.
Yes, it does.
In more ways than one.
That's
in
true,
every area. And it's always the opportunity. We've got the opportunity. If you don't make it, it's because you've actually chosen not to make it. You've actually made a decision, well, I'm going to fail. I'm going to always fail. In America, if you live in America, you've actually made a decision to not to make it, or you've like some look, bad things happen to good people, right? I see it all the time.
Right.
But you can still get up at 60 years old. You can get up and remake it again. You can do that at 70 in America. You can't do that in other countries.
I love it, Kurt.
No, I'll never forget. I'll never forget. This person, they had to retire at 62, and I've got a family member who just had to retire the other day because he's turning 66.
Yeah.
Why the hell should someone retire?
Man, there's so much more good to going on.
I've got a problem with a company. It's got the policy, and you must retire because you're 66. You're not old bag. Oh, shut up, you thing. You are as old as you want to be in terms of your mind of getting up in the morning and creating an opportunity. And there are people that are 70 years old that produce more than people that are 30 years old.
Actually, I believe that more today than ever before. Actually, that's a very true statement, Kurt.
Because you know what an Ironman triathlon is, right? You swim 2.4 miles. I think it was 3.8 kilometers. You bike 112 miles or 180 kilometers. And then after that, you run a 42-kilometer marathon or 26-mile marathon, whatever, if you believe in the prehistoric old system of miles, the pre-dinosaur system, or you believe, whatever. So it's far. My father was still doing Ironman at 78 years old.
Yes.
I couldn't find a 20-year-old to actually do what he did.
To come hang with you. Absolutely.
Well, no 20-year-olds ever won an Ironman. I've done one full one in Lake Placid. And let me, as you can see, recently I haven't done one. But
you're looking good, Kurt. You're looking good, man.
Thank you. So I want to say that America is about opportunity, and that's what attracted me. And I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 75 years old or you're 21 years old. It's all your age is up here in your head.
Well, actually, I want to do that. I'm going to share my screen now, Kurt. I want to go into that right now with you because I love this is how I can get a hold of Kurt Francis, by the way. I love this Facebook page of yours, Kurt. And I want to share this video. When I go to your Invigorator Facebook page, I just want to quickly play this, okay?
Okay. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Yeah, Kevin.
Listen, that's 2.5 a week. I mean, that's not a lot, Kurt. You're not asking for a lot.
What's that?
Me.
So, Kevin, we can't hear it here, right? I can't hear it.
Okay, well, I'm recording it, so it's all good. I'm recording it. So, Kurt, I love that, and that's brilliant, and it's so real. This is Kurt, right? So this is Kurt's other half, part of the better half, Mr. Fernando. Kurt, what is Invigorator? What is this program?
Well, actually, you see, I've changed things as I've developed things, you know, and it's sometimes the biggest mistakes can actually create the best benefits, and our biggest failures can often lead us to our biggest successes, and that's why I failed at a number of things, different programs, and then I've actually invigoration is. Now I've got Transvigorate. That's one program. It's called Transvigorate. Transvigorate, okay. And I've actually trademarked that name, Transvigorate.
I like that. Share that with us. What does that mean, Kurt?
So firstly, invigorate. Invigorate means to excite with enthusiasm, but to give strength. To give strength, okay? So inspiration is just inspiring somebody, but to invigorate somebody, you're actually giving them strength with energy. You kind of like galvanize them. You shock them into action. And you give a jolt, like espresso or whatever. Okay, so that's invigoration. Now, transvigorate is anything with the word trans. There's a permanency about it. For example, transport. Okay.
Yeah.
When you transport something, it's like FedEx. When FedEx transports something and they ship something, they ship it with it permanently. They don't want to bring the thing back. They want to drop the package and Baba, stay there, honey, stay there. Don't come back with me. Okay. So when you transport, these things, big trucks transporting stuff.
Oh yeah.
And bring it back. Mexico doesn't transport their vegetables and say, "Oh, one America, you can bring the vegetables back to me." No, it's a
return.
Transmit. When you press the button, enter transmit. You're sending information permanently.
Right.
You're not expecting that same information to come back in the same way. It might be changed or manipulated, but it's not going to come back the same way. Another thing is a word people may know, like transgender. No one goes through a transgender surgery and then 5 years later, well, I'm going to go back to what I was. I mean, no. There's generally a permanency about it. Yeah. So when I say transvigorate, I'm talking about a permanent invigoration, daily, continually, invigorating permanently, all the time, consistently, persistently. But that's what transvigorate means.
Yeah.
There's a permanency about it. Okay?
Well done. Well, that is superb. Well done, Kurt. And I understand that very well. You're so true. I love that. And you said you've trademarked that?
Trademarked that. So Transvigorate is a program with a membership area, and it's weekly. We have weekly strategy sessions in groups, in a group with people on the call. Okay. And I've done something ridiculous with this program. Because their lives are changing, and I'm bringing people on for a ridiculous amount. Right now, I've got a special on, for that program. What it is, it's ridiculous right now.
Can you share that with us, or can you send me the details? I'll put the description box below.
Yeah, you just go to transvigorate.com. Go to transvigorate.com, and why I did it because people are going through a rough time right now, and I want to open that no one can say, "Well, I couldn't afford it." I don't want to hear that. One must never say, "I can't afford it," and I can't afford a Lamborghini. I can't afford it. No, that's why you can't afford it. You will never rise beyond your confession. So if you say, "I cannot afford it," you're right.
Right.
You're right.
True.
And people say, "Oh, I cannot do that." You're right. You can't. You can't do it because you will never rise above your confession. You should rather say, well, I've got a liquidity issue right now. We're sorting it out. It's temporary. Well, say something like that, but don't tell me I can't afford it.
Right.
I don't want to hear it. So I've created a program that everybody can get into, everyone can afford, because it's about touching people's lives. And then the big program that I've got is ACE branding.
Oh,
ACE
very nice.
branding. And let me tell you about that, because that's a big program. That's a lot more expensive. And but I'm working with real estate agents. I'm working with financial advisors. I'm working with wealth managers. I'm working with owners of insurance companies. I'm working with insurance agents. I'm working with lenders. I've got lenders on there. I've got title reps. I've got different people. Dentists want to get onto it.
So it's kind of like the elevated program, the next step, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what it is was, I found this by accident. I found the program by accident. And what happened, I was speaking at the Harvard Club of Boston in front of 125, doctors, lawyers from New York City, and medical people doing phenomenal research and different things like that.
Yeah, it is. I love this picture. Yeah, it is. I've got to share it. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's it. Yeah. And it's so funny because that changed my life, Kevin. That changed my life at Harvard, because I got off the stage and this coach said to me, Kurt, what is that about? Like I said, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He said, no, you had a standing ovation. People were standing and clapping. There were people crying in the audience of your speech. And you just get off the stage and you walk off. That is your moment, Kurt Francis. You lost your moment. Tell me, Kurt Francis, how many other moments have you lost? Wow, Kevin, that thing hit me. Like, I thought he was going to say, well done, lovely speech, you did really good. Oh, no. He said, that was your powerful moment that you threw away.
So you had a crack in your universe, right, Kurt? I mean, like a rude awakening.
And that's right. And so we've got to use our moments. Right. And then what happened soon after that, I was invited to one of 15 of the last celebrity launch pads that we're going to have at CNN. And I was one of 15 around the world. And this is what changed my life in a massive way. This is what started the program.
Okay.
Because what happened was, 3 weeks before the call, I'm one of 15 of the last ones they're ever going to have. I'm one of 15. And guess what? 3 weeks before the call, 3 weeks before CNN, the deal there, we were on this call, and he says, oh, the coach who was doing that.
Okay.
We all had to be coached before we could go. And so he says to me, oh, tonight I'm going to unmute Kurt Francis, and we're going to create Kurt's segment proposal that he's going to pitch in front of television producers all across this nation. And we're going to create that segment tonight. And I suddenly got nervous, like why me? This is supposed to be a one-on-one, not a thing in front of everybody. It was a Zoom call. Those days, no one knew what Zoom was. And they thought Zoom was a master, 3-3, zoom. And that's what people, and I got nervous. And so the first question he says to me, so Kurt, what's the title of your book?
I love this.
Now, I'm dyslexic. I've never finished a book in my life. I do a lot of audiobooks, but never read a whole book.
Right.
And so I said, well, my book's not out yet. He said, when's your book going to be out? I said, 2019. He said, no, it's not. You're not going to CNN without a book.
Wow.
He said,
okay.
By next week, I want a topic. I want a cover, and it's going to be off to the publishers. By next week, I said, what are you smoking?
So that's a 2-week process. You had to come with a subject, and then after that, a week later, come up with a book, Kurt?
No. The next week, you wanted it. And so I went downstairs, and I said, Vanessa, I can't do anything else. I said, okay. I canceled everything for the next 4 days except go to the bathroom. The only thing. That's the only thing I never canceled. I stopped everything.
Thank God.
And I wrote for 4 days.
Nice. Kurt.
And let me tell you something now. I was in Miami doing a speaking gig. I flew out of Miami, flew to Atlanta, Georgia, where CNN headquarters is, and got to my hotel, and they said, oh, there's a package for you. And I said, a package for me? I said, nobody ever knows. Nobody ever knows.
There it is.
That picture that you've got on right now,
Yes.
I said, no one in the world knows that I'm here. They said, no, the package is free. I said, is this a bomb? And they all laughed. They said, no, it was my book, the first copy of my book.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so I went to CNN, had 5 nights and 4 days of a rough time at CNN, one of the roughest times of my life. I learned a lot of message. Look, I was in Angola, fighting the Russians and the Cubans in Angola. I had the worst time, the roughest time at CNN. What we went through was ridiculous. But, I will never change it for anything.
And how come, Kurt? Well, what was the purpose of that?
Well, the first thing, the first 2 hours, the first 2 hours when it started on Wednesday night, he said, okay, I want you to all come up to the director's chair and you've got to say your name. He spent the first 2 hours teaching us how to say our name. I said, for heaven's sake, I'm 50 years old. Not one person got it right.
Wow.
And he taught us something that I learned, he said, you watch all the anchors on ABC, NBC, CBS, on all the major networks in the major cities like New York, Chicago, Atlanta, right. Miami, LA. And they all say the name exactly the same way. They all do that. And it's so funny. I learned, and I said, watch them all. I said, oh my gosh, these people have all been trained. And so we went to a 2-hour process of how to say our name. That's just one thing. But then, I've got thrown out of CNN twice in those 4 days. And it's a Kurt Francis, do you think you can come here and arrive like this and rehearsing on that level? You're not going to make it. Get out here right now and go and rehearse. You got to go and rehearse at 100%. And I learned how to rehearse. We don't know how to rehearse. And I thought, how many people go to listening presentations? How many people just meet their clients? How many people and they don't know what the hell they're doing?
Most of the time, they're just winging it. Because I've been there. I'm not going to lie to you. I've winged it so many times. Just to be transparent with you, yeah. Yeah,
Kevin, and I learned so much. It was a life transformation at CNN. I can tell you that right now. And I went through so many things, but I was thrown out twice, embarrassing in front of your peers to be thrown out.
Right.
And then coming in front of cameras from producers around the country, NBC's, ABC, CW, CBS, and you've got to pitch your segment. And the first one, they train you for 2 days to really do this. And they will push you down. Stop. It's not good enough. You haven't, just everything.
Wow.
It carries on. And you've got to have props and everything like that. And then, so I'm about to do my first one. And now he's trained us to do it in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That's your pitch.
Gosh.
3 minutes, 30 seconds. And as I'm about to go on, he says, you don't have 3 minutes, 30 seconds. You've only got 30 seconds right now. Like, what? 30 seconds? Like, you've been training.
Right.
You've got to fly by the seat of your pants, my friend. That's what television is like, and you better get used to it. So that's what happened. And so anyway, I got booked 9 out of 12 television, major networks around the country, and it was great.
So Kurt, that was kind of like a 30-second elevator pitch, right? They kind of groomed you and molded you for the process, and then eventually at the last, but they said, okay, you know what? It's not 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's not 30 seconds. And what was the purpose of going to that training at CNN? To get into other TV broadcast stations?
Look, it's an experience. It's more than that. No, it's about how to present.
Okay.
The whole thing is about how to present. It's about marketing. It's about repositioning yourself. So what actually happened then? I'll just tell you this, Kevin. What actually happened then? We finished the Sunday night at 11 o'clock. The Monday I was sitting in Atlanta at my hotel, working hard because Tuesday was the launch of my book.
Wow.
And on the Tuesday, I flew back. I was living in Austin then, and I flew back late at night to Austin, got home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. The next morning is my launch of the book. And guess what happens? Maria Shriver, Arnold Schwarzenegger's ex-wife, her book was number 4 position, and mine was number 5. But by that afternoon...
Oh, you were sweating. You were breaking bullets there.
Yeah.
Kurt, yeah.
I was mad. My book went into number 1 position that afternoon. It was the number 1 position for 10 days. For 10 days. Because in 3 weeks, I studied. I just studied all the, getting ready for CNN. I just get ready for Miami. I had like 3 or 4 speaking gigs in Miami. And I was packed, jam-packed, working till late at night, sleeping 3-4 hours a night. Literally, sleeping 3-4 hours a night.
Yeah, you're burning both
3
ends
weeks.
of the candle.
And then the launch of my book. But I learned the strategy of becoming a bestseller and what you need to do. And what happened was then I spoke at I spoke in NASDAQ. I was 75 feet tall in the Jumbotron.
I love that. Where is that? Can we find that under Invigorator or under your page?
Yeah, it should be somewhere there. It should be somewhere there. Photos, that's probably the right way.
There it is. Right there. Look at that, Kurt. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Kurt. That's beautiful.
Yeah, my face became 75 feet tall, just about how I did. And
look at your face. Look at your real face. Look at this. Look at the thorough enjoyment.
Yeah, there's a whole video on that, actually. Me speaking out. It was excellent. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
It was excellent.
So what happened?
I lost you after I took the picture away. You said a sentence. I lost that sentence. So you can start there, Kurt.
Okay. Kevin, you'll never lose me.
Oh, you're so awesome. Oh, thank you, Kurt.
Anyway, so yeah, what happened? So and then I went up and spoke at NASDAQ, and it was probably the best I've ever spoken in my life. And I told a real estate story. They wanted me to tell a business real estate story, which I did. And the audience was incredible. Peng June, who probably sells more than Tony Robbins from a stage right now, is just a brilliant guy. I was there with them and different other people. It was just a phenomenal experience. It was at the $1 Million Accelerator at NASDAQ. And that was really great. But what happened was that, and this is how my program started. So a long story to get there, but
right.
A lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of bashing around and throwing out CNN and all these
sleepless nights. Yeah.
Sleepless nights. Yeah, absolutely. But let me tell you what happened. Is that somebody said to me, "Hey, you need to be speaking at this Coldwell Banker. They have an annual conference. You need to be speaking there." But let me get you in touch with the right person. And this person said, "Well, I don't just bring anybody on to come and speak to my agents, blah blah blah. It's not going to happen." And eventually they said, "Okay, you'll get on a call with me." So I've got a few philosophies, okay, and that I run my business. What I've learned. Okay. Number one, put your safety belt on when I say this, because don't ever meet any human being ever,
okay,
in person or on a phone or online on Zoom. Never meet anybody ever unless they know who you are.
Wow.
Before. Okay. Not what you do. Because in real estate, especially in financial advice, well, it's the same thing. Right. Everybody always tells what you do. You look at your business card, it's going to say what you do. People don't care what you do. People don't care what you do. People don't care, oh, it's another realtor. Wow, realtor? Are you a realtor? Oh my gosh, you're a realtor? Oh my gosh, I'm a realtor. No one's going to ever say that. Okay. People don't care what you do. But unfortunately, we always teach people that.
Right.
So don't ever meet anybody unless not what they know what you do, but unless they know who you are.
I love that. Yeah, I know that. I love that. Yeah.
So what happened was, I said to this guy, I said, it's a great company, as you know. And I said, I tell you what, I mean, they've got a lot of offices.
Oh yeah, and some of my dearest friends are with Coldwell. They do very well in Orange County. Coldwell's a big presence in Orange County. Yeah, absolutely.
Great company.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, I said, okay, I will get on a call with you, but I don't do this. No, it's got to be a Zoom call. A Zoom call? What's that? It's got to be a Zoom call. Okay?
Well done, Kurt.
I've got to see you. You've got to see me. You're going to see my energy. You're going to see how I look. You're going to see how I react. You're going to see my facial expressions. So I don't do this.
Well done, Kurt. Yeah.
That's the first thing. And secondly, my philosophy is you don't meet with anybody online, on cell phone or whatever, in person, unless they know who you are. So you've got to go to my website, kurtfrancis.com. By the way, it took me 10 years to get my name, Kurt Francis.
10 years?
10 years to get kurtfrancis.com. Somebody else owned it. 10 years. 10 years. People, I tell people, have you got, KevinDuToit.com? Have you got, SusieSausage.com? Have you got your name? If you look on there, you see right on the top of the book company, if you scroll down a little bit, you fast, Kevin. It says, on the yellow, no, the other way, sorry.
Oh, yes, okay, yes.
It says award-winning speaker. It doesn't tell you what I do, it's just, who I am. Award-winning speaker, best-selling author, master strategist, and lifelong whippersnapper.
Well, I love a whippersnapper, yeah, absolutely.
And there's a story behind that, a powerful story behind that, in fact. And in fact, my NASDAQ speech was about that. And I'm a lifelong whippersnapper.
Now I know what a whippersnapper is, but tell the audience, what is a whippersnapper, Kurt?
A whippersnapper is somebody who's young, has got a lot of confidence.
Right.
And
Get out of their way. Get out of their way, yeah.
4 master influences in our life. We've got 4 master influences in our life with our personal walk right. And that is number 1, I call it bike. But I'm dyslexic, so I can spell bike the way I want.
Correct.
So I spell B-I-C-E. 4 master influences is, and that's the right way to spell bike, by the way. Oh God, see some people, their wigs are getting flown off now, right?
Did he just say bike with a C?
Yes. B is for belief, your self-belief. Master influence.
Amen, yes.
I is for image.
Mm.
Do you know why people can't dream? Do you know why they can't dream? Because they lack imagination. And imagination comes from image, comes from self-image.
Okay.
People can't dream because there's no imagination. There's no imagination because there's no image. C is confidence, self-confidence. It's not the same as self-belief, not the same as self-image. Confidence is based on skill. My brother's practice, he's got so much skill playing the guitar. I can get on stage and talk, but he can get on and play ding ding and sing. I can't do that. I've got no confidence, but I have the skill. So if you want greater confidence, you train your skills. People say, oh, how do I increase my confidence? Honey, work on your skills. What course you taking this next year? What are you doing through COVID-19 or whatever?
Yep, absolutely.
And what's E for?
Can I throw it out there? Honestly, I've never heard this before. I was just energy, enthusiasm.
No, but it's esteem.
Okay.
Esteem, self-esteem. So self-belief.
Okay, very cool.
Self-belief, but at least you can think. You see, at least you come up with ideas. That's what I love about you. You're not scared of You're going to use the opportunity. This opportunity, I'm going to use it. That's you. I love it.
Yes.
So it's bike, belief, but self-belief. I, image, self-image. C, self-confidence. E, esteem, self-esteem.
Oh, beautiful.
Those are 4 master influences. And that's what we've got to work on. And they all take different to work on. It's not the same thing. So anyway, is
that yours? That's yours, though, Kurt, because I've never heard that before.
Mine. No, it's mine.
Yeah, there you go, Kurt. Claim that, Kurt.
Mine,
yes. It's mine.
It's mine.
Get out of my way. It's mine. Yeah.
Yeah. And my book's got copyright on it.
And I want to follow up this conversation about your book because that's what also helped change my life. You helped change my life because of it, but that's another conversation. I want to keep that separate. But yes, I believe one thing I learned from you about why you wrote your book as well, Kurt, is you said, Kevin, it elevates you.
Yeah.
And I love that because I'm all about self-mastery. Because I'm all about polishing my skills, learning from other people. Honestly, if I have to, I will, but I don't like to wing it because I don't want to make mistakes. I like to learn from other people. I'm always going to make mistakes. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect, Kurt. However, or the nice thing is that we learn from our peers and from the gurus or the masters in whatever crafts that we're into, financing, business, real estate. You get there faster. It helps exponentially kind of grow you vertically.
Yeah, we look, no one's made it. That's why we all need each other.
I love that.
No one knows more than anybody else. No one knows more than anybody else.
So
we've all got something to give.
So how do we get a hold of you? Sorry, go ahead.
So I'll first just say this. So what happened with that guy?
Yes,
With that guy. So the call bank guy. I said, so before getting any call with him, Zoom call, he went to my website. When he got on the call with me, he said, listen, yeah. He says, I was going to grill you and talk to you about all these things. I don't have to. I don't have to. Because when I've already ordered your book and I'm buying your book for all my leadership.
Goodness me.
And he said, we need you, and I want you to know, how can you help me in this conference? This is what our issues. Please help me. So he didn't even, so when people know who you are, not what you do, but who you are. You see, if he's a great speaker, he's a whatever.
Buy my book, yeah.
Yeah, he's a realtor, he's got a license, does this, that. They don't care. But what they do care about, who are you? And so the whole training. So I realized that, wow, if I can take some of my clients, okay, and help them, because so the whole thing is about ACE. I started the ACE program, ACE branding.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Why ACE? If you serve it ACE in tennis, it means you serve the ball so fast, no one can respond. Secondly, you position that ball that no one can respond. Your competitors couldn't. So I call the thing ACE, but ACE stands for, it's 3 P's. You've got to position yourself, present yourself, and create the perception. And you want to position yourself as an ACE. A for authority. C for celebrity in the eyes of your clients. And E for an expert.
I love that. I'm using that, Kurt.
Perception.
I'm using that. Yeah.
That's what my program is about. You should be on the program because your life is going to go to another level. You should come on this program.
I am coming to a program. I am, Kurt. Not because you're selling me on it, because I believe it. I get it. Yeah.
Because you got it. This program is not for everybody, because some people don't want to stay on the same level. I know you always want to go to another level. And so how do we position ourselves? So there's 6 or 7 ways how to position ourselves, present ourselves, and create the perception. And one of them is publishing a book. And the second thing is, there are a lot of people publishing books. The problem is they're not bestsellers. And if somebody publishes a book, it has to be a bestseller, because you position yourself, present yourself, and create perception as an authority, celebrity, and an expert. And the minute the guy says, oh my gosh, it's a bestseller, I'm buying it for my leadership.
Right.
I mean, it's just, and then you can come and speak. Because why? Because he sees the authority, he understands I'm a celebrity, and he also understands that I'm an expert. And that's what it's about. And people only did that as entrepreneurs. People should be saying, before you even get to the listing appointment, oh, I'm going to hire him on. The problem is that people get to a listing presentation and they've spent the first 20 minutes on telling people how great they are. And they've lost the power of the meeting. Yeah. Because that should have been done before they met them. Because don't ever meet somebody unless they know who you are.
Correct.
So
I love it. Yeah.
In that living room, they said, guess what? I've got Kevin Du Toit coming in. Kevin's going to be in our lounge later. Kevin is going to be the one who's going to, talk about, we're hoping to get Kevin to be our listing agent. Right. That's what's got to happen before you get there. But no, 91% of entrepreneurs don't understand what we're talking about, Kevin.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I agree with you. I'm listening to you. I'm like your student right now, Kurt. I'm just agreeing with you, not because what you're saying is so real, so true.
You think like I do, so I understand that.
Absolutely.
We think the same. So.
You can talk for 10 hours to me, Kurt. I can have lunch with you every single day. And I love having lunch with you, by the way. Don't talk Fernando there, but I love having lunch with you, Kurt.
He'll say, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you get to, go to kurtfrancis.com.
Beautiful.
Or, people say, oh, I don't like giving myself enough. Hey, I give up myself enough to everybody. Okay. So right on the website, by the way.
Yes.
I have another website.
Okay.
And a coach said to me, it was my company's name. He said, no one cares about your company. No one cares about your company website. Where's kurtfrancis.com? I said, well, actually, I just bought my name, whatever, after 10 years, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He said, I don't know where you bought it from. Just tell me where. I said, no, it falls to my company. He said, nobody cares about your company. They don't care what you do, Kurt. They care, who are you?
Goodness me. Okay.
And so on this website, it's about the media. It's about testimonials. They're all videos. There's something like Transvigorate. I put on there because somebody couldn't find that. They
Yeah.
know how to spell it. And you can just go to transvigorator.com, learn about the program. Okay, but and it'll come up. How's it? Welcome to Transvigorate, and how to close more sales even when you're a lousy closer. Yeah, I've helped many people, and I've helped people who's earning $40,000 a year in real estate. I said, do you know that you should be earning $1 million a year? I said,
Of
get
course,
out of that
absolutely.
team.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've taken, he's one guy, and there's a number of people here on testimonies I've got of talking about me, what I've done for them. So there's a story about Darren and a story about Jonathan who are helped. That's really. So if you scroll down there, you'll see a little bit more about Transvigorate, and you can learn more about the program and the membership signing in, and so you can learn a lot about that, and that's what it is. And it's not what people think about. It's going to revolutionize your sales and your results. Transvigorate weekly calls, Transvigorate moments, Transvigorate Facebook closed group, Transvigorate membership area with lots of stuff, and Transvigorate masterminding. I've got a great mastermind coming up this Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And interesting. So yeah, that's just, I'm just having a lot of fun. Look, I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. I can tell you that right now. And I've got the best clients ever, and they're all over the country. In fact, all over the world.
Yeah, okay. Can you tell us about that, Kurt? Because I know that you've spoken in South Africa at events there and so forth, in conferences. Do you have any clients?
UK, Brazil,
wow.
Been to Brazil. We've been to about 39 states across the United States, and I just love helping people, and I believe in people. You see, because this is what I believe in. I wish CEOs and managers would understand this, but this is what I say to people. Somebody sent me a message yesterday, and I can even share that with you. You'll be shocked. Okay. But look at the person the way they are, and they only get worse. Look at the person the way they could be, and they only get better.
I love that.
Look at the person the way they are, and they only get worse.
Right.
Look at the person the way they can be. So I don't care. Let me tell you what happened. I showed out to Arizona. Last week I was in Palm Springs. The week before I was in Arizona, right? And here is a 25-year-old telling me she's an entrepreneur doing really well, 25 years old. But she was telling me about her brother, who's 22 years old, who's already got 4 kids. His first kid had at 15 years old. He was 15 years old when he had his first kid. He's 22 years old. He's got 4 kids, but he provides for them. He works. He's proven himself, pays for everything, the housing, the school, treats his wife with respect. And I said to her, that's amazing. Oh yeah, especially if you think of it, you consider he was born in prison. I said, what do you mean? No, my mother had him in prison.
Wow.
And the reason we started talking about this is because I said, what's your biggest dream in your life? It was Friday night, it was Thursday night 2 weeks ago in Arizona. Yeah. And I said, what's your biggest dream? I was shocked what she said to me. I said, do you know your biggest dream? What's your biggest dream? She said, my biggest dream would be to spend a day with my mother.
Oh, shame, Kurt. Oh, shame.
What do you mean? I met my mother once in 2006 or 2009. I said, what? And the mother's not interested in her. And the mother had her brother in prison. Let me tell you something right now. And I look at how hard she's working. I don't care whether you were in prison. I don't care whether you were born in prison. I don't care. Look at the person the way they are, and they only get worse. Look at the person the way they could be, Kevin, and they only get better.
I love that. You nailed it there. I almost want to end the show on that, Kurt. I don't want to. I've got one more thing I have to ask you, Kurt. You've got this magical, colorful, roaring, raging beast of a lion behind you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I like that. I want that for myself. I want that on my wall over here, not the phoenix on fire. I want.
So guess what? You know, you won't believe, a very good friend of mine, he actually coaches me as well. He's in Austin, Texas, and he's got a big one like that. And I didn't know he had it. And like he saw my, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got the same one. Except he's much bigger. So I saw that and I had to buy it. Because a lion, you know, we're from Africa.
Yeah.
So look, you can go to a game park and have the big five. But if you don't see a lion, your game safari was not, it was
That
not
is so
successful.
true. That is so true. That's why we went to the game farm. I want to see a lion. Yeah.
You could see the elephant. You could see
Yeah.
the rhino. You could see
giraffes. Oh, you name it. Yeah.
That's right.
Pythons.
But if you don't see a lion, you fail. Your safari was a mess.
That is so special. So real. Right? Yeah.
So as Africans, when we like, I'm an African American without a tan, and so are you.
Right.
Okay.
I was born in Africa, made in America. Yeah. So were you, Kurt. Yeah.
And so lion is everything to me. And the lion of many colors is that, you know, we come from a rainbow nation where we celebrate everybody. We celebrate cultures. We celebrate different foods. We celebrate different languages. We celebrate different political views. Like you're not allowed to do, unfortunately, in America anymore. Yeah. You can only celebrate one side. You can't celebrate the other side.
You can't be friends because you're that party or this party.
Oh, no. Do not be friends with the other side of the aisle. Yeah, no. Oh,
you can't do that, Kurt. You can't. I could. It's a little bit too late. Yeah.
Some of my best friends are, I think, on the other side of the aisle as I do, and I learn the most from them. I learn the most from people that I disagree with.
Right.
You know that? I don't care what political party you're. I don't care. Because I don't look at the way you are. I look at the way you can be. And my job is to help you transvigorate your life.
I love that. Hey, Kurt, we have to end it there because that's how I want to end the show. We have to invigorate your life. And it is a transvigorating experience because once you go there, Kurt, you can never go back. It makes so much sense. And I'm going to join you on this journey because I need to. There's something special there, and I want to know more. So I'm going to join you, and maybe we can have another future show where we can get into more depth into Transvigorator, the program, and even the ACE because I love that. And BICE, all of that I'm taking away. I've taken away so much from this, Kurt, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
It's always good to be with you, Kevin. Love you, appreciate you, love your energy, love your spirit. And your enthusiasm and joy for life.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kurt. I love you too. Much respect to you. Peace. And I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, bud.
Cheers.
Cheers.